What's up, traders? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option with your look at the week ahead. Today, we're going to go through the levels that we're watching in SPX and the Qs. We're going to talk about IWM and MDY, and I'm going to give you the 5 stocks that I'm watching very closely for next week. I'll wrap it up with a quick look at VIX and Bitcoin. But first, I know you like listening to me talk on video. How would you like to meet me in person? How'd you like to hang out with me? Go to dinner, maybe go to a Cubs game. We are launching in registration for the Option Pit Pro Trader Summit in Chicago. It'll be July 22nd through the 24th. You want to be there, you can call my team 888-872-3301 to sign up. Let's dig in. Here we are, SPX. It is at an all-time high. If it's going to keep going, we could have a bigger breakout even than we had on Friday. We could see it make a quick run to 5,000. If it does that, it is going to be on the back of SMH. SMH continues to rally hard. It is at an all-time high. Chips are blowing up. That is going to continue to be a driver. But for it to get there, we need the non-QQQ names. QQQ is at an all-time high to catch up. So what does that mean? That means if we are up on Monday, I would look for a big week out of IWM, back over $200. I would look to buy weekly calls in IWM if we open up on Monday. I'm not 100% certain we do, but if we're open up bullish on Monday, you want to hop on IWM. That could carry us. We did a trade in IWM in our 0 DTE January class that we're running. Leisha paid 30 cents, sold them at an over 300% winner. Big win. And so when I'm looking at the market, I see real upside in IWM. I think that could potentially be the big winner for the week. MDY as well. I'd also look for some outperformance out of RSP. RSP is the equal weighted version of the S&P. It's kind of would say the 493, the names that haven't been doing well. Your oil names are kind of in the dumpster. Your industrials have not been nearly as strong as the Qs. XLE closed down on the day. You're going to see these names have a strong week. So I'd be looking for some of these weaker names to potentially have a good week if we open up on Monday. On the downside, we open down. I think you want to ride S&P and the Qs. Again, on Friday, we saw Jan expiration. That's opened up some liquidity pockets. If we do start to sell off, if bonds start to sell off again, you could see a violent sell-off next week. Should be interesting. If I was going to play anything in SPX, I would be looking at next Friday's at the money straddle. It went out about, call it less than $50, about $50. We moved almost 60 on Friday. So that is an inexpensive straddle. I'd be looking to buy that straddle. It's the 45 straddle for about $50. I think I'm gonna make money being long that straddle. I think it's a great way to express an opinion that we're lined up for movement. Now, what are the 5 stocks that I'm watching? We'll start with Apple. Apple bounced right off the 200 and is now back over its 50 over the course of 2 days. Just a violent rally in Apple. It's one of the Mag 7s that actually does still have some room to make up. We could see 200 on the way. All right, I'm watching NVIDIA and AMD. We'll look at NVIDIA to start. They've gotten a little overstretched. If we're going to turn around, we could see these names actually lead us lower. There's been such a rush to get in that we could see these names actually lead us lower. Vol is going up with the rally. That's usually a sign that things are getting a little bit frothy here. So I'm watching Apple. I'm watching NVIDIA. Next, I'm going to be watching Exxon. Back to $96. It is at a 1-year low. Might be time to go long here in XOM, looking for that to potentially break over 100. I'm watching Macy's. You know, bounced off the 50-day, seems to have found a floor. I'm looking for potential bounce. And lastly, I'm looking at uranium names. These names have been so strong. We suddenly on Thursday started seeing bearish flow in these. Is uranium a little overdone? Yes. Is it probably heading back to the 50? I think so. Could we see the floor fallout and a move back toward $40? That is on the table. So there you have it. I'm watching Apple. I'm watching chips, AMD and NVIDIA. I'm watching energy, Exxon, and I'm watching the uranium names like CCJ. All right, now let's talk VIX. As I stated on Friday, VIX is still pricing like there's a move coming. The spread between the future and the cash, not very wide. And so they're a little wary of the level of VIX. We're at an all-time high, and the VIX is actually not anywhere near an all-time low. That is also a little bit bearish. Now let's end with Bitcoin. We'll look at BITO. Did finally find its footing down below the 50-day moving average. Is that going to lead us lower? Bitcoin vol is the cheapest it's been since it started taking off in October. So if you want to express your opinion in options using Bitcoin itself or in something like BITO, now is probably the best chance that we've had in a while. I'm going to be looking for some potential trades in BITO in Trading Desk next week. All right, folks. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. I hope you have a great week and a great rest of your weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good one.